Hello, welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today you find me in my office. You may notice there's a guitar here. There's part of a guitar headstock sitting right here. There's an amp here. Do I really know how to play these guitars? I started learning guitar when I was around 15. My dad had a crappy old acoustic. I started trying to bang away on that, and I finally ended up getting a Squier Stratocaster, probably when I was about 16 years old. I bought a Beatles chord book, a Nirvana chord book. I learned a few songs. I learned some open chords. I learned some power chords. And then throughout the rest of my life, I didn't really progress much beyond that. I could play some rhythm stuff, but I never really got into lead. I never really learned any theory, riffs, single note stuff. It was something that I would pick up every once in a while and really enjoy, but I never really pursued it. I never really studied it. I was in bands, I would write songs, and I would know just enough guitar to be able to write a song. And then I would give it to someone else in my band, and they would write guitar parts for it, lead lines, interesting rhythm things, riffs and stuff like that. But lately, I've really wanted to improve at guitar. It's something I've found that I really love to do. I love to play, but I want to be good. So this series of videos is going to be my attempt at improving and sort of cataloging that attempt. I'm going to be checking in maybe once a month, maybe less, we'll see. And I'm going to show you what I'm working on, what I'm trying to improve. I'll talk about some of the goals I have for my guitar playing. And then at the end of this period, I'm thinking 9 months, we'll take this guitar playing completely to term. I know obviously 9 months isn't long enough to get really good at guitar, but I want to see where I get from this point now on May 1st as I'm recording this to February 1st, 9 months away. Have I really been able to improve by that point? And so if I feel as though I've actually improved by February 1st, I have a bit of a reward in mind for myself, a little gift for myself to celebrate the fact that for the first time in my life, really, I've actually buckled down and tried to pursue the guitar. So, what do I actually know on guitar? Well, I know some things. I know open chords. I guess we'll just go right ahead. I can't be embarrassed about this because you're going to have to see what I know, what I'm learning, the things that I'm trying to learn. I can play open chords. I know the first position chords, I know bar chords, E-shaped bar chords, A-shaped bar chords, the minors, the dominant sevens, the minor sevens. I pretty much know that. I may not have the most amazing facility of switching all back and forth. There are certain chords or chord shapes that I find that I'm not amazing at. Like I learned initially to do my G chord like this. And recently I've been realizing, oh, I want to do it like this for some songs. And me being able to get my pinky and my ring finger to sit on the high E string and the B string for some reason is just a thing for me, switching back and forth. I've been working on that a little bit. There's things like that, little niggling things that I just never really focused on when I was first learning how to play guitar. I don't really know scales. I don't really know how to play lead, like hammer-ons and pull-offs. I can't really do that. There's so many just technical things, playing single note lines, playing riffs, all that kind of stuff. There's a whole world of things that I need to learn. So, what have I decided to focus on? What am I going to be practicing? Well, I decided that I was going to follow the Justin Guitar method online. He has a whole wealth of different courses for guitar. He has a beginner's course, an intermediate course, and then all these other different modules, as he calls it, focusing on different styles and different techniques. I went through and took his, I guess, test for the end of the beginner's course just to make sure that I was pretty much done with the beginner level, and decided that I would jump into the intermediate course. I'm in Intermediate Foundation 1 right now, and I'm going to start working on that. I want to get through that. And then I also want to start working on some different songs that are going to challenge me to improve the things that I need improving in. So, by the end of 9 months, I want to have hopefully finished the Intermediate Foundation course for Justin Guitar, maybe move into some of the other style modules that he has. I want to be able to play a few songs that I've picked now perfectly, or as close to note perfectly as I can get. One of those songs is Out on the Tiles by Led Zeppelin, and I picked this song because it really challenges me and the way that I know how to play. It's very riff-based, and also there are single note lines, things like that, so it's gonna help me improve my facility of switching from one string to the next, my picking hand, all that kind of stuff. Let me show you how I am right now. So as you can see, kind of rough, but these are all the things that I need to focus on. And this has kind of highlighted one of the big problems that I've finally realized that I have. I've always held my pick in a kind of weird way. You can see right now, I'm basically just taking my two fingers and pinching it on the pick like this. And it works well for rhythm stuff. I can do fine with that, but when I try to do individual notes, I've realized that the way I hold my pick is completely wrong. Most people have you put the pick on the side of your index finger and then put your thumb like that. I've never done that. I've never found that comfortable, but now I've discovered that when I'm trying to do these single note things, these lead things, these riffs, I kind of need that. I need to be able to, I just can't get the speed and the accuracy that I would have, or I can't get the speed and the accuracy with this old method of holding the pick as I can with this, but it's just completely relearning how to hold my pick. So I'm trying. It's getting there. It's something that I need to focus on. So completely relearning how to hold my pick, doing these single note things. Out on the Tiles. I also want to learn Communication Breakdown by Led Zeppelin. I'm picking these Led Zeppelin songs because they're kind of classic and they're sort of foundational, I think, for just learning rock guitar. So Out on the Tiles and now Communication Breakdown. Here's what I know of Communication Breakdown. again, super rough. I'm just starting to learn this song. I'm discovering that I just don't have this facility of going from like power chords, bar chords, and then switching up to these different grips that I'm not really used to. I guess when Jimmy Page actually plays this song, he's doing like an E shape or an E bar chord here, but he's not really hitting these. He's just hitting that low E string and kind of palm muting it. But occasionally these strings ring out too, so it might be. And then when he's doing this, he's actually using his pinky and doing like a power or a bar chord here for a D, but maybe not playing the A string. And that's really hard for my pinky to do. And then he switches, and then plays this bar chord with his thumb over the fretboard. It's tough. It's stuff that I've never really done. I'm trying to learn. So, out on the tiles, communication breakdown. I'm also trying to get good at this song that you may recognize. So as you can see, I need to work on that a lot too, but again, I thought that would be a good one. It's Park Life by Blur, Graham Coxon, the guitarist. Doing some like quick hammer-ons and things like that, but it's combining sort of bar chords and open chords. So just trying to get me to get a little more dexterity and fluidity around the neck of the guitar. So those are some of the songs I'm working on. I'm working on Justin Guitar's Intermediate Foundation. I'm on Module 1 right now, so by the time we check in again, I will probably be on Module 2. I'm learning some scales, like the first scale that he's teaching in Intermediate Foundation 1 is the G major scale, so I know the notes, but I'm not amazing at, going up and down the scale, and he wants you to practice with a metronome and start getting, I think he wants you to get to like 180 beats per minute playing 2 notes per beat, something like that. So again, with me using my new method of picking, the method of picking that I should have been using the entire time, that's going to take a little bit of time. And then I'm hoping that in the next module, he's going to start teaching how to take the notes from that scale and start using them to actually make music, because this is something that I've never done before. So basically, that's kind of where I am, and that's kind of where I'm trying to go. It's never too late. I spent way too much of my life not pursuing something that I actually really love doing. And if I had only buckled down and really practiced and really worked on this earlier on, I could be at a much better place now with my guitar playing. But I'm gonna put the work in. I'm gonna practice every single day for at least half an hour a day. That is my pledge. And if I fulfill that, if I meet my goals, I will reward myself. So maybe you're in the same boat as me. Maybe you're an early intermediate guitar player. You've learned the open chords, you've learned some power chords, you can bang away on some songs, but you don't really know theory, you don't really know some of the intricacies, and you don't have a really good facility of playing up and down the neck, single note lines, lead lines, things like that. And maybe you'd like to follow along with me on my little guitar journey. Like I said, I'm going to be posting updates on at least a monthly basis, and we can all see how we do as time progresses and we put the work in. But thank you so much for watching, gang. I've been your good friend Bradley, you've been the audience. This has been Stuff and Things. I better get back to practicing. I'll see you later.